Hey guys, hope you're well and welcome to this commission completion video. In front of you, you can see a vast Genestealer Cult army. This army is for none other than Lawrence and the guys over at Tabletop Tactics. There are some awesome models in this force, and Ben, who's worked on the project, has had a phenomenal time doing it and has knocked this project out the park. Do stick around, there are loads of sections in this huge video showing all these awesome models in a bit more detail. I do hope you can watch it to the end. We'll see you guys in the next section and catch you guys in a sec. Hey guys, so first up we have all the characters from this vast Genestealer Cult army, and there are 7 models in front of you. 2 of them are just familiars, but I thought I'd put them in with the 5 characters just so that you know, it shows you the little lackeys that are going with them basically. And the Abominant's already got a familiar with him, so it kind of made sense. But anyway, so we'll start off looking at the Primus. He's probably my favourite out of all the characters, if I'm honest with you. Let's just get this to focus. There we go. Really, really cool model. I do specifically love the sword. Ben's done some great work there on all the sort of, I say gems, but I assume they're like pustules that are on the side of that sword, which is really cool. And again, you've got that really, really cool sort of colourway on the skin of this army, which is really nice. Ben has done some great work glazing in sort of that purple into the skin to give that real sort of Xenos kind of look to him. He's got this really cool claw as well. Just move him around so you can see the back. Obviously you've got all the detail work all fully picked out and highlighted. Very gritty, which is a theme you'll see across this force. Again, real attention to detail on all the areas of detail work on his armour, the lenses, the lights, the sword, the gun, all those areas. So that's just the Primus to start off with. Next up, let's have a look at the Magus. He's really cool. Always liked him. Looks a bit like a pope, which is cool. You've got all the areas of detail on him fully highlighted and picked out. Some nice contrast here from light to dark on these tassels that are hanging down. Deep areas of recesses on the cloak as well. They've got lovely, lovely darkness to them and the right highlighting on all the sort of creases and highest points. All these rings and everything there, all fully highlighted and picked out as well, which is really, really nice. All the gold fully highlighted as well. And again, very subtle just with that purple hue on the skin as well for him. All the gems like on the top of the cane as well picked out. Pouches and things as well, they're all sort of highlighted. So that's just the Magus. Next up, we'll have a look at the Acolyte Icon Ward. A really cool model. Obviously, a more sort of in-depth banner bearer for your force. All the little gems and lenses all sort of picked out and highlighted, and the lamps and things with nice sort of subtle sort of glow on them, which is really cool. And you've got all the areas of sort of detail again highlighted throughout on the skin, cloth, armour. You've got the pus and the sort of off-running liquids from all these sort of more Xeno kind of arms as well, which is nice. Copper has got a lovely, lovely grittiness to it. Real sort of beaten, worn copper there as well. On some of the banner bearers that you'll see throughout the force, they've got verdigris done on them as well, but this one hasn't, which is just really nice. Makes him a bit more sort of a newer sort of banner, I suppose. You've got those claws here that are picked out in that in the same colourway as the rest of Lawrence's Tyranids as well, which is really nice. So that attention to detail there on him. So that's just the Icon Ward. We'll pull forward the Abominant and his little familiar, which is really, really cool. This one is a really, really cool character with a massive hammer there, as you can see. Came from the Tooth and Claw set, for any of you that are wondering. You've got that really, really nice colourway on the skin where it gets lighter towards the top, showing light source, and then obviously darker on some of these lower portions of the arms as well, which is really, really cool. And then his little lackey there, little familiar. Really cool model as well. Just get that to focus so you can see him in a bit more detail. All these little details all picked out, really nicely sculpted as well, this model. And I like the way he's like bounding forward as well, carrying that hammer with 2 of his arms, or one of his strong arms and then one of his like little skinnier arms, which is cool. All the spine there, as you can see, lots of different points of interest colour wise. And again, you've got that the chitin on the armour. It's got that same sort of colourway as per the rest of Lawrence's Tyranids there. So he's got a really cool face as well, with this face is splitting in half, which is quite cool. So that's just him. And then we'll have a look at the Patriarch, which is again a really, really cool model, or Broodlord Patriarch. Again, you've got this really cool detail work all done on him. The usual sort of dark colourway for Lawrence's Hive Fleet. He's obviously holding a Marine's head there with a spine hanging out, which is lovely. And you've got another Marine helmet there on the base as well. Really, really cool model. About to use a psychic power, as you can see there, with a very alien-esque kind of like tongue mouth thing, which is cool. So that's just him, and that is all the characters. But we will have a look at these 2 little familiars. Again, really tiny little models. He's just carrying a skull there, sort of pointing and about to claw someone perhaps. And again, you've got that lovely attention to detail on all the cloth and all areas of detail work and the chitin there as well. So that's just him. And then we'll pull forward the other familiar for you to have a look at. Finally, again, really, really cool. He's got his eyes closed. So we'll just about to pick up that marine helmet and throw it perhaps or something. So that's just him with a really cool purple tongue. And again, you've got all the details all fully picked out and the kite in there as well. So that's just him. There's all your characters and the two little familiars from this force. Just get it to focus again so you can have a look at them quickly. Next up, we have a vast amount of infantry and some beasties coming up. So do stick around, they're coming up next. So up next we have a vast sea of bodies, which is made up of acolytes, hybrids and metamorphs, and you've also got some aberrants here as well. So some really, really cool models. Obviously the range is quite new, I'd say, but it's been out quite some time, but the models are very, very fresh, which is lovely. Now rather than sort of leaning over, knocking the camera or whatever, I've pulled forward a few of the acolytes, because obviously there's a whole host of them, there's about 90 odd of them. And then obviously there's I can reach all the others, so do bear with me because there's quite a lot. We'll start with the acolytes, which are really, really cool, and we'll just get this to focus for you guys so you can have a look. Again, Ben's done a stellar job here on a really gritty kind of feel to this army, which is what Lawrence wanted, and you can see a little bit of verdigris there on the brass aspects of the sort of banner top. He's done a really cool job on the flesh of all of these acolytes across the force, adding a really, really nice purple hues to the skin, showing that sort of change in their DNA, which is really cool. All the weapons and everything are all sort of really gritty with chipping and scratching, which is lovely. All the sort of power cables and things picked out there, as you can see. And the move around, you've got all the areas of chipping and rust and sort of damage and streaks and things to all the armour across all of these, and a lovely gritty feel to them, which is really nice. So that's just one of the icon bearers. Pull forward this really cool flamer. Again, you can see that really, really cool skin tone of these sort of acolytes, which is lovely. Classic flamer as well. Really, really cool that they brought this back. And you've got a really cool sort of amount of highlighting across all different areas of cloth. This sort of carapace armour that he's got, with chipping and everything, as you can see there, across all the areas of detail on the model. Even on the weapons as well, there's a lot of chipping and things, which is nice. So that's just a flamer. Pull forward one of the squad leaders or sergeants, whatever you want to call them. You've also got extra little details here, like he's got a weapon pistol, as you can see there. Now the models are all magnetised, because there's a box full of spare parts and bits and bobs that we've done to make the force completely dynamic for Lawrence, which is lovely. All the highlighting on all the areas of cloth, armour, weapons, all areas of detail were fully picked out and highlighted, as you can see there. So that's just a sergeant or squad leader. Pull forward a couple of the normal autogun wielding acolytes. Now I really like the green accent on the visors and lenses, because it kind of matches in with a lot of the green sort of and things on some of the sort of more Tyrannid-esque arms, which Ben's done here. And then move around, you see the same attention to detail on all these, and every single one of the acolytes is picked out and detailed exactly the same as this, in the sense of the quality of the workmanship. And that's just one of him. Pull forward the last one of these acolytes just so you can have a look at him. Again, just get that to focus for you guys. So you can see there, again, same skin tone, really, really nice purple sort of hue to the skin on these, which is really cool. The lenses and wires and everything all picked out there. Again, all the areas of detail work across all of these, all fully done. So that's just another one of the acolytes. Now we'll start putting forward some of, I believe these are the metamorphs and sort of hybrids. Again, really, really, really cool models. Loving obviously the 3 arms on all of them as well, which is really cool. Some have got even more. Again, the same consistency and attention to detail throughout on the force on all of the infantry. And the good thing is, as you can see here, this on this Tyrannid arm that he's got, it's a very matching to the original Tyrannid force, which we completed for Lawrence, and his own colour scheme there as well. So that's just it. And then you've got that lovely matching purple on the skin as well of him. Pull forward a few more so you can have a look at. And these are all magnetised as well, so you can have the arms changed. I think some of them are magged. This one isn't, but there's a lot of them are magnetised, so they're interchangeable as well. As you can see here, he's got a very alien-esque kind of extra maw coming out of his mouth, which is cool. So that's just him. And then we'll pull forward a few more. There you go. Here goes one that's magnetised. And then all the actual arms and everything are fully magged, so they can come off and interchangeable for Lawrence there. Really cool head on this one with multiple eyes as well, which is really nice. A lot more like a Genestealer there, as you can see. Really cool bone swords as well, which are really nice. Again, all magnetised here, so he can change around what he wants. So that's just him. And then we'll pull forward some of the aberrants, so you can have a look at these. Again, these are really cool. A lot of them come with a tooth and claw. All the muscular structure fully highlighted there, as you can see. Really nice contrast on all of that. And you've got the lovely brown hue of that sort of more Tyrannid-esque kind of look to Lawrence's force. That's just one of the aberrants. Pull forward a few more so you can have a look at them. This guy's got a giant hammer, which is really cool. Really cool face on him as well. Kind of splitting in half there, which is really cool. All the green pus in between sort of areas of the muscular and structure and sort of arms and things, which is really nice. Moving around there, look at the tail in him as well, which is really, really cool. Really, really dynamic models with lots and lots of detail. So it's just another one of the aberrants here, as you can see. Again, real grittiness to all the weapons and tools and things as well, with lots of chipping and scratching all done on them, and contrast of colour, which is lovely. So that's just more on the aberrants. And then we'll pull forward a few of the not acolytes, of the hybrids here, just from the back, just so you can have a look at these. Again, all the tubes and everything all fully picked out and highlighted, and all the pipes and cables as well done there. Again, you've got a really, really cool sort of different sort of pose per one, which is lovely. Nice sort of purple sort of hue to the skin tone there as well. So that's just a couple of the acolytes, and I'll try and reach one of the banners so you can have a look at one of the banners. Again, really, really cool model again. Same consistency, all the gems there and little things picked out on that banner, the vials and things all done. Me around the back, lovely amount of contrast and highlighting done on the banners, sort of real darkness in the deep recesses and nice sort of areas of catch lights on the sort of higher creases on that material as well, which is lovely. Again, same consistency on all of these infantry. There's so many of them, guys, it really, really is. So let's just put that banner back over there. And that's all the infantry from the force, guys. There's a whole load of them, so I do hope you've liked them. Next up, we're going to be having a look at all of the vehicles and rock grinders and things, so they are coming up next. Stick around, they're back up shortly. So just before we dive into all the infantry, here are all the additional Genestealers, which are part obviously of the Genestealer Cult force, but also they're an addition for Lawrence's Hive Fleet Myrmidon army as well. Really cool kit. It's lasted the test of time. I know they've had a few different sort of casts and things that have been done to them, but these are really, really cool. Let's just get this to focus, if I can get it to focus on this camera. Hopefully it will. There we go. So really, really, really cool model. You can see Ben's gone in and done all the lovely work on the chitin armour to match Lawrence's scheme that he's got for his Hive Fleet Myrmidon. All the claws have got these really, really nice kind of line work done on them as well to match the chitin as well there, as you can see. All the tongues and everything fully picked out, all the eyes highlighted there, all the sort of bone structures and crests on the heads all picked out. Nice subtle glaze of some dark browns and purples on there, just to really add that real hue to the skin to kind of tie them into the Genestealer Cult as well, which is really nice. So that's just one of the Genestealers. Pull forward a few more so you can have a look at them. Here's another one here. Same consistency and detail throughout, as you can see. All the areas of highlighting done on the skin and also on the chitin and the claws and things there. So that's just another one. Really, really cool models. I've always liked these back from when I used to play Space Hulk. And you've got this one here, which is really cool. He looks like he's about to claw someone as well. Again, really sort of stretched pose as well, which is really nice. So that's just him. Again, all the tongues and everything, eyes all fully picked out and highlighted. Again, that's just another one of the Genestealers. So up next we have all the infantry coming in. So you're going to see a sea of bodies coming. So stick around, they're coming up next. See you guys in the next section. Hi guys, and last up we have all of the trucks and rock grinders from this massive army commission. Probably some of my favourite models from the force, if I'm honest, aside from a couple of characters like the Primus, for example. But these are really, really, really cool, and Ben's done a little bit of sort of magnetising so that Lawrence can use them for other purposes as well, and I'll show you that in this section. So let's look at one of the trucks first of all. Really, really cool colourway. What Ben's done is he's actually matched in the colour to some scenery, which we done some mining scenery for Lawrence. So it just gives kind of a bit of narrative for him that where his Genestealer Cult are from, which is quite cool, and allows him to use the scenery there. You can see loads of detail work all on these, all the individual lights and lenses all picked out. Nice subtle amount of sort of OSL on the lights. It's not crazily over the top so that it looks like the tanks at a disco, and you've got the really nice blended lenses there on the front as well, which you can see in all lit up there, which is lovely. And then we obviously got all the details as well, which are all fully picked out and highlighted, and the crew as well, which are lovely. Now all the weathering as well, as you can see, really, really nice weathering across all the areas that would catch and sort of be affected by sort of day-to-day use, which is really nice. Some chevrons there on the front as well, and then moving around, obviously you've got all the crew on the inside as well. Now what I'll do is I'll show you what Ben's done. He's actually magnetised all of these individual crewmen. So what Lawrence can do is use all of these trucks and rock grinders as kind of scenery for sort of battle reports and things as well. So all the crew are just fully magnetized, so they just literally just come off of the vehicles. And then the vehicle can be used as a stationary object on the tabletop, which is really nice. And they just all go back in and magnetize back in so that the crew can go back in, which is really cool. So let's just put him there and then put this gentleman there as well. So there you go. And there's all the crew back on there, and they're all really, really nice. So that's just one of the trucks. And we'll put forward one of the rock grinders, which has obviously the additional weapons and things, and this giant sort of dozer blade with some drills and grinders on it, as you can see there. Again, same again, really, really cool attention to detail on all the lights and everything. The OSL that's done isn't over the top, so it's not, you know, too blaring, but just shows that the lights are lit up, which is nice. And you've got all the attention to detail on all the surface areas with weathering, streaks and rust as well. There, the lights all at the back, as you can see. And you've got little sort of symbols and things all put on there as well, which is really nice. You've got a power hammer just stuck on the side. And same again, these crew are all magnetized, so they can be taken off and then used, the vehicle used as a piece of scenery as well. Obviously, there's 3 of each in the force, as you can see there. Really, really cool models. We'll pull forward some from the back. They're exactly the same, but obviously the rust and stuff is very different per one, just to give them all a lot of character. I like the fact that the fuel tanks and things are picked out in red as well, just to add another colour to the palette. And all the screens and everything there, as you can see, are all picked out and highlighted with detail work put on there as well, which is really cool. And that green sort of accent colour across the force, like on the infantry or on the characters and other bits and bobs, is also done on the lenses, so that colour carries on across the force as well. And these are magnetised as well, so these just literally come off so they can be replaced with the other weapons as well. So that's just another one of the rock grinders. Pull forward one more truck and finish off on another truck. Again, here you can see you've got that dual auto cannon there, which is really nice. You've got all the weathering. This is really nice and worn, so it looks like it's been moved up and down quite a lot, which is cool. Again, all those lenses and everything, all the lights all fully highlighted and fully picked out, which is really, really nice. And again, same again with all this crew. These are all magnetised, so they all come off just so that they can be sort of interchanged and also used as scenery, which is the most important part as well. So that's just the one of the other trucks. I do hope you like them. We're going to finish up now with an overall shot of this monster army again, so stick around for that, and see you guys in the next section. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video, guys. I really do hope it. I know this one's been a long one because there's been lots of models to obviously cover, but I do hope you have liked all the different sections and this army in general. If you are interested in a commission with us here at Siege, and hopefully this video has given you a good example and good showing of the size and scope of projects which we can undertake, ranging from sort of infantry units through to characters through to full vast army phases like this. If you are interested in a commission, then all you need to do very simply is head down to the description of this video where our website is linked and the contact form specifically is linked. Click on that contact form link. It will take you to the contact tab on our website. Complete the form, select the drop down options and put a message in the message box to us about your commission and fire that off to get the ball rolling and get a project sort of quoted from us. As always, all the links to our social media can be found in the description as well, so please do go check those out, Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, as we do showcase a lot of the things that we're doing here at Siege on those social media platforms. And as always, as you're on YouTube at the moment, give us a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber so you can see more content like this and keep up to date with what we're doing here at the studio. Thank you ever so much for your time. I hope you like the project and see you guys on the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.